Alright, before we get started with this review, I just want to say thank you for the comments for the previous video. It's very much appreciated for you guys to do that for me, especially Carlotta Studios, who sent out a very beautiful video to me that was really nice. Now, I'm still very much not okay. Let's just leave it at that. That I'm not okay right now, and I'm still gonna try to, do videos, but yeah. Anyway, I just want to say thank you, but it's a work in progress. Anyway, so let's go into this review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters crossover. Now, the trade came out this week, and I managed to pick it up with some extra money I found. This is a really good crossover. This was one crossover I was super excited that IDW was coming out with. Seeing, both the Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters, two fandoms that I really loved, coming together, and it was really good. For 4 issues long, they managed to keep a very engaging story, and they managed to have a great follow-up to several stories they've been wanting to do for a while. Eric Burnham does a really good job of voicing the Turtles, and that's probably because Tom Waltz is helping him. The interactions between the Turtles and the Ghostbusters is nothing short of fantastic. We get to see actually some very surprising friendships formed. At first, it's not really Egon and Donatello who get off buddy-buddy. But yeah, the people who really come off really close friends are Winston and Leonardo. Now, it's been a while since I've actually seen the Ghostbusters movie. It's actually been a few months, really. But, maybe I'm missing something, but was Ray ever a Marine, or was that just solely in the IDW comics? Because I honestly don't know if that's in canon with the movie, or something else. I honestly I'm just drawing a blank there on that account. Anyway. But having said that, I think it's really cool of how him and Leonardo connect on that ground of that they're both soldiers, and they do what they must to, they try to assess the situation before anything else, and I really do like that. Among other things, you got Venkman and Raph hanging out. They're really cool. And the other thing is that this feels very... Let me say this, and I don't mean it in the bad way either, is that this crossover feels very fanfiction-y. Stumbling into a whole other universe, and, teaming up, and then, we gotta go now, bye. I mean, yeah, with all these crossovers, you could say it comes off a little fanfiction-y, but really, it does feel a little too much like something someone wrote as a fanfiction, but hey, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying it's a really good fanfiction, and it's really well written. I do love seeing Donatello with a proton pack. That just made my day. The villain in here is very one-note. This villain called Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is this Japanese war god who was trapped as a ghost by Krang and the past life of Aeroplex. And he was trapped in between dimensions and left as a spirit, and when the Turtles accidentally came to the Ghostbusters universe. Yeah, they're 2 separate universes. He followed suit and became this ghost-like being, and quickly overshadowed Casey Jones and several other people at this wedding, and started to wreak havoc. So the Turtles and the Ghostbusters team up to fight him. It's very cool. It's very cool, especially seeing April hang out with Janine. Which, by the way, the artwork makes Janine and April look exactly alike. But that's not a bad thing, because the artwork on the Turtles, and I know it's the artist is from the Ghostbusters comics, I think he did some artwork on Ninja Turtles as well. But having said that, I think it's really good. He just makes Janine and April look the same. Also, I completely forgot that Kylie Griffin from the Extreme Ghostbusters is in this comic book series. Yeah, I totally forgot that, the character from Extreme Ghostbusters is in here as Janine's assistant. Completely forgot about that, but I was like, Kylie, that, oh, it's Janine, oh, it's from Extreme Ghostbusters. Took me a minute. What else in here? The action's really good. I really like how, even though this is like 4 issues long, I feel like a very consecutive story. The first issue, though, is very a fast read, and you don't really see the Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles meet until the end of the issue. But having said that, though, when they, team, they're like, oh, yeah, you guys are really turtles. Okay, we've seen ghosts. Let's fight the bad guys. So, that's what they do. That's what happens. So really, the action's really fast-paced. Everyone plays to their, the turtles really hang out well with the Ghostbusters, and everyone's taking this team up in strides, because the turtles, Donatello is very against the idea of ghosts. He thinks there's something else, while Egon is like, no, they're ghosts. So Egon and Donatello don't really, branch out as friends at first, but eventually they do kind of find some common ground between one another. And that was really cool. But I think some of the friendships I really liked were, once again, the bonding between Venkman and Raphael, and Winston and Leo. All in all, it's a really good crossover. I think this is a very well thought out idea by Eric Burnham. And I would love to see that they kind of leave off of it may happen again, which I would actually love to see these guys team up again for something. There was a lot of, the action was great, the artwork was fantastic, all the characters, like I could imagine the voices of the Ninja Turtles. For some reason I just kept thinking the voices of the current TMNT cartoon coming out of those turtles' mouths and the word bubbles. But I could imagine, how Eric Burnham writes these characters, writes the Ghostbusters. I could imagine, all the, Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and Harold Ramis and everyone else in the Ghostbusters movie. I could hear their voices coming out of those word bubbles. So always good when you have a writer who keeps every character in character. So I highly recommend this if you're both a Ghostbusters fan and a TMNT fan. Or you're one of the other. There's a lot of great love for, both sides in here. But yeah, all in all, really good comic. Once again, highly recommend it. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.